Look, if you are still turning your nose up at Chinese cars in 2026, I am going to need you to gently wake up and smell the lithium ion. Today, we are diving into the absolute best Chinese cars you can buy this year, ranging from dirt-cheap city runarounds to 500 horsepower electric rockets. But before we unlock the doors to these rides, do yourself a massive favor. Hit that subscribe button and smash the notification bell right now. Let's get straight to it. We are kicking things off with a car that is practically built to conquer the concrete jungle, the BYD Dolphin Surf. Now, before BYD even thought about entering the UK market, they actually went back to the drawing board to revise its structure and safety systems, earning a flawless 5-star NCAP score. You have to respect that kind of dedication. The best part? It is wildly affordable. Fantastic nearly new and used 2026 examples are floating right around that £15,000 to £17,000 mark, which translates to roughly $19,000 to $22,000 USD if you're tracking international values. The Dolphin Surf is an all-electric city car that cleverly uses a tall silhouette to give you massive amounts of headroom and space. The entry-level model gives you a modest 89 horsepower and 137 miles of WLTP range, which is perfect for poodling around town. But if you jump up a trim or two, you unlock a much healthier 200-mile range and up to 156 horsepower. It's a brilliant tech-stuffed option if you want a super mini footprint with big car confidence. Next up is a total wolf in sheep's clothing, the MG4 EV. This is MG's small to mid-size performance firecracker. It lands with a super sporty profile and enough interior comfort to easily transport 5 adults. At the base level, it's already a sweet deal, delivering a competent 168 horsepower, a 0 to 62 time of 7.5 seconds, and a very respectable 218-mile WLTP range. But if you climb to the absolute top of the ladder and cross into the 30,000 pounds or 39,000 US dollars neighborhood, MG unleashes a dual motor version pushing out a ridiculous 435 horsepower. That translates to a 0 to 62 mile per hour sprint in just 3.8 seconds. If you don't care about scaring yourself silly with raw speed, MG also offers a long-range version with a larger battery that gives you a massive 338 miles of range. It is neat, functional, and easily one of the most energetic family hatchbacks on the market. The Jaecoo J7 is the premium arm of Omoda, which itself is the SUV division of Chery. Got it? Good. Because what they've built here is a gorgeous family SUV with some seriously rugged, Range Rover-inspired styling. Price-wise, it stretches across a competitive 29,210 pounds to 36,505 pounds retail window, depending on how fancy you want to get, which scales out to roughly $38,000 to $47,500 US dollars. You can grab it with 2 different powertrains, a 1.6-liter turbo petrol starting just over 30 grand, or a highly efficient 1.5-liter plug-in hybrid that gives you 50 miles of pure electric-only driving. It's surprisingly capable off the beaten track, too, offering an all-wheel drive system packed with sand, mud, snow, and off-road driving modes. Inside, the cabin is an absolute tech sanctuary with a generous standard equipment list. Plus, the boot gives you up to 1,423 liters of space with the rear seats folded down. Top it all off with a stellar 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, and this premium cruiser deserves a serious look. The car that originally kicked off BYD's journey in the UK is still one of their absolute finest, the BYD Atto 3. In terms of international pricing, the standard Atto 3 Comfort trim rolls in from £37,695, around $49,000 US dollars, while the newer, heavily upgraded Atto 3 Evo version starts at £38,990, which sits right at about $51,800 US dollars. The Atto 3 utilizes their unique, ultra-safe Blade battery, which can maintain an 88 kilowatt peak charging speed all the way up to 80% capacity. That means you can fast charge from 20% to 80% in just 35 minutes. Depending on your version, you are looking at a highly respectable range of up to 316 miles. But the real talking point is the interior. It features a wildly unique 50s futuristic design anchored by a massive 15.6-inch central touchscreen that runs built-in Google Maps and a voice assistant. It's smooth, incredibly comfortable, and stands out in a crowded sea of boring crossovers. If you prioritize pure, unadulterated comfort over a stiff, sporty ride, the flagship Omoda 9 plug-in hybrid is calling your name. Sitting right at the top of the brand's lineup, you are getting flagship luxury typically estimated in the mid to high 30,000 pounds bracket, which translates to roughly 45,000 to 50,000 US dollars. Make no mistake, this big, bold SUV is surprisingly fast, pushing out a hefty 443 horsepower. But you don't buy the Omoda 9 to go drag racing. You buy it because you want your family to feel like they are riding in a private jet. The interior is incredibly plush, featuring brushed metal details, gorgeous contrast stitching, and a completely flat rear floor so your passengers can stretch out comfortably. There is even a massive panoramic sunroof for watching the world float by. It's an effortless, tech-filled sanctuary that makes every daily commute feel like a spa day. Let's pivot to one of the most incredibly popular Chinese cars on European roads today, the MG HS. This car might feel a little vanilla to the hardcore car enthusiasts out there, but that is totally fine, because it absolutely hits the nail on the head when it comes to balancing everyday practicality with undeniable value. It offers a fantastic range of powertrains, but the crown jewel is the plug-in hybrid version, which starts at 32,495 pounds, around 42,000 US dollars, and serves up a claimed 75 miles of pure electric-only range. Inside, the quality is a noticeable step up from its immediate price rivals, giving you a spacious cabin, USB ports sprinkled all over the place, and plenty of boot capacity for family road trips. It is a dependable, sensible, and completely unpretentious family workhorse. If you want a brand new EV but don't want to remortgage your house, the Leapmotor T03 is one of the most wallet-friendly options on Earth, expected to cost well under 16,000 pounds, which translates to an incredibly accessible 20,000 US dollars range. Sporting a quirky aesthetic that looks a bit like a Fiat Panda, this little supermini is built to dance around tight city landscapes with absolute ease. Its 94 horsepower electric motor delivers up to 165 miles on a full charge, which is more than enough for the daily grind. While the interior isn't trying to win any high-end design awards, it is remarkably functional and well put together. You even get a 10.1-inch central touchscreen, parking sensors, and a surprisingly roomy cabin. Note that it's strictly a four-seater. The rear bench only accommodates 2 adults. For first-time drivers or city dwellers looking for an uncomplicated, low-carbon runaround, it's a massive bargain. Got a massive family, a couple of dogs, and a mountain of luggage? Say hello to the Chery Tiggo 9. This plug-in hybrid flagship is a legitimate 7-seater monster designed to take on heavy hitters like the Hyundai Santa Fe. While official localized pricing varies, it sits comfortably in the competitive 40,000 to 48,000 US dollars territory. Despite its bulky, commanding profile, it can rocket from 0 to 62 miles per hour in a staggering 5.4 seconds. When you drop the 2 rear seats, your boot space expands to a cavernous 819 liters. Even more impressive is the total range. Combining a full tank of fuel with the electric motor gives you a jaw-dropping 650 miles of total driving distance, with 93 miles of pure electric range. You could literally drive from London all the way to Inverness without stopping once to refuel or plug in. Talk about the ultimate family road tripper. Geely is the latest major Chinese contender making serious waves, and their Geely Starray EMI is turning heads for one massive reason: a standout 8-year, 125,000-mile warranty. Estimated to sit beautifully in the highly competitive 35,000 to 42,000 US dollars bracket, that is a staggering amount of consumer confidence that instantly puts any reliability anxieties to rest, making it an incredibly safe financial investment. Beyond that epic peace of mind, the Starray EMI delivers exactly where a family SUV needs to. It features a classy exterior with smooth lines, and the interior feels incredibly fancy, with faux leather and elegant wood detailing. Performance-wise, the larger battery option grants you an impressive 84 miles of all-electric driving. Combine its 5-star NCAP safety rating with that legendary warranty, and you have an SUV that is ridiculously easy to live with. If you remember old-school MG, you'll know they used to make perky, fun little two-seater sports cars. Well, under Chinese direction, they have brought that heritage back to life with a futuristic twist, the MG Cyberster. Now, because this is a true halo sports car, it commands a premium price tag starting from around £55,000 and up, which translates to roughly $72,000 plus US dollars. But just look at what you get. This is a fully electric, two-seater convertible that looks like a concept car brought to life. It comes with electrically operated scissor doors and a fully electric folding soft-top hood. You can get it in two flavors: a single-motor version pushing 335 horsepower, or a terrifyingly quick dual-motor version blasting out 496 horsepower. That top trim will rocket you from 0 to 62 miles per hour in a neck-snapping 3.2 seconds. It handles twisty country roads beautifully and gives you all the drama of a classic sports car, just executed in near-total silence. It is an absolute masterpiece. Chinese cars in 2026 are no longer just cheap alternatives. They are setting the pace for the entire industry, matching every budget from under 20 grand up to 72,000 US dollars. Which one of these would you actually consider parking in your driveway? Drop a comment down below and let's get a conversation going. And look, if you enjoyed this breakdown, do your future car buying self a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with a friend who still thinks Chinese cars are stuck in the past.